two Big 12 teams that are not ranked. That is Kansas State and Texas. I'll get the bad stuff out of the way first, as I often do. Kansas State, Teddy, yes, is a bottom four team in the Big 12, and there is a gap between that bottom four and the top 10. The Wildcats, how did they end January? Not well. 3 consecutive double-digit losses. Those were at Iowa State, at Houston, two of the best teams, and then at home to Oklahoma, which no doubt about it is a bad loss. Now, none of what I've said thus far makes the Wildcats appealing tonight, nor does the fact that they are now 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games. 3 of those losses came as a favorite. They even lost at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, it's either them or West Virginia, is the worst team in the Big 12. I don't think there's any argument there. That all being said, guys, I think this is too many points for Texas to be laying. They have the same conference record as Kansas State. They just got whipped down in Houston themselves over the weekend, did the Longhorns. They're now 2-4 straight up their last 6 overall. Brian Leonard brought up how good home teams have been for the most part against the number in Big 12 play. That is absolutely accurate. However, Texas, 13-4 straight up in Austin, but just 5-12 against the spread. As a favorite this year, 11-4 straight up, just 5-10 against the spread. And then you throw in each of Kansas State's last 3 losses by 6 points or fewer. Had they not gone a atrocious 1 of 13 from 3 at home against TCU over the weekend, they probably win that game. And this, to me, Teddy, feels like a Texas win, but non-cover. I say that not only because of what I've said thus far, but 7 of Kansas State's last 10 games decided by 6 points or fewer. I'd take the dog here at plus 7.5 or better.
So the Longhorns have been pretty darn good at bouncing back off a loss this year, even off their first loss of the season when they lost to UConn back in November. They won by 23 the next time out. They got a 27-point win off a loss. They won at Cincinnati as a 5-point dog off a loss. They won against Baylor off a loss. They took Houston to overtime and covered off a loss. They beat West Virginia by 36 off a loss. And now they're coming off a loss here. Does that worry you at all? They've been real good in this role, a team that has gotten their act together fast, immediately following the mass majority of their defeats so far this season.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, there is a definite gap between these two teams, but I think it's been over accounted for here by the odds makers, quite frankly, Teddy. And, you look at also what Texas has got coming up, a road game at Kansas. Might this one not? I know that, to your point, they have performed great off a loss. They're at home. You would expect a focused effort, but I'm expecting a focused effort as well. I mean, we can't run through all those games you just went through where Texas off a loss, what the opponent's situation was. But Kansas State, a team that has typically played everyone close while they have come up short, admittedly, they're coming in focused given how dire things have been. And need I remind you what happened a couple weeks ago on Big Monday? Kansas State, admittedly at home, yes, I know, they did beat Kansas at home.